We are legion.
On December 8, 1980, one of the most famous musicians of all time, John Lennon, was gunned down outside his apartment. The killer? Mark David Chapman. And what he told police is strange. He said a voice in his head kept repeating, "Do it, do it, do it." Ted Bundy, over 30 women brutally murdered. He said an entity spoke to him, and he just obeyed it. Ronald DeFeo slaughtered his entire family in their sleep. He claimed the house itself told him to take their lives. Some of the most infamous killers in history saying the same thing. Something or someone was talking to them. It was like an unseen personality compelling them to commit their crimes. Were they just crazy? Were they trying to fake an insanity plea? Or were they telling the truth? For decades, scientists have given us the same answer. The source of the voices can only come from the brain. Mainstream psychiatry attributes all such voices to natural causes. But could scientists be wrong? Could those voices be something truly sinister? Something older, darker, and totally invisible? Now imagine a person who is hearing those dark commands. If your eyes could be open to the spiritual realm, would you see something attached to them or inside of them? Or something whispering into their ear? I believe so. I believe the evil spirits are behind the voices, especially the voices that torment people and command them to do bad things. There really is a lot more to this world than what meets the eye. There is more to reality than what is merely physical. It goes much deeper than you probably can imagine. There are real evil forces at play here that are bent on destroying humanity and leading people astray. It's been said that the devil's greatest trick was convincing the world he doesn't exist. That is not so much his trick as his strategy. If we all knew how real, how crafty, and how active he is in deceiving and manipulating, we'd be much more effective in dealing with his schemes. It's a lot easier for the enemy to operate in the dark. Indeed, many people don't believe the devil's real, or are not sure about it. Actually, let's very briefly take a look at some studies regarding this matter. According to the Gallup poll, in America where I'm based, only 58% of people affirm the belief in the devil. 42% either don't believe or are unsure of the existence of the devil. This is pretty surprising to me, considering America is supposedly a quote-unquote Christian country. And look at this, 20% and 40% Protestant Christians and Catholics respectively do not believe in a real devil. This is even more shocking to me. Here's another study. According to a 26-country survey, 54% of Americans affirm the existence of the devil, which means 46% don't believe in the devil. This is pretty close to what we got from the Gallup poll, and only 41% of the 26 countries surveyed believe the devil is real. Now, before we continue, I must make an important disclaimer. I am not saying that every single time someone hears a voice it's demonic. That's a huge generalization. But when the words are lies, threatening, accusing, degrading, blasphemous, tormenting, or compelling someone to hurt themselves or others, I think it's reasonable, it's even logical, to infer that a supernatural evil influence is at play. If you're a Christian who believes the devil's real, stick around because you still may gain some insight about the spiritual warfare going on from this video. In the following video clip, notice how the voices are tormenting him and have led him to hurt himself, and the way they speak to him sounds like they're intelligent agents.
You can only trust me.
Die! Jump off the bridge again. Jump off the bridge.
Now you've spilt your food down yourself, you slut.
Jump, jump.
There's
Andy,
only
jump,
one way.
Jump, jump,
You
jump, jump,
never
jump,
go
jump,
over
jump,
the
off.
Jump off the rock. Kill yourself.
Do it
Jump
then,
off
jump,
the rock.
jump. I'm never leaving. You're worthless.
I was very, very lost, and I think this is why the voice so easily sort of took a hold of me and took control.
You can only trust me, Kyle. I will never let you down.
It was more like a desperation thing. I just had to try and get rid of this voice.
You will never be. I will suffer. Listen to me. I will never be here.
So I slashed my head, sort of here on my head, with a Stanley knife.
There were like a loud, high-pitched noise and then nothing. It was nice to be at peace again.
But the voice came back after 30 minutes.
I'll never go.
The next video features Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys, who recently died at the age of 83. It is heart-wrenching that the voices have tormented him for over 50 years. Again, notice how cruel and diabolical the voices are, and they acted like intelligent agents.
Pop bad drugs. Take bad drugs.
making a big mistake, you know.
Do you think the source of the problems that you had was the psychedelic drugs?
Yes.
Yeah?
The psychedelic drugs messed my life up.
But they made you more creative too, right?
Yeah, but I got good vibrations, the California girls, you know. Sometimes helped me Rhonda. I wrote those all after I took the psychedelic drugs.
But it wasn't worth it?
No, it was not worth it.
Wow. So do you still, you used to hear voices?
Yeah. Auditory hallucinations, you mean?
Yeah.
I've been hearing them for 50 years.
What do they
Ever since I took psychedelic drugs.
What do they say?
Oh, very many derogatory things, very many. Threatening thoughts, life-threatening thoughts, and, you know.
Do you still hear them?
Yeah.
Really? So what do you do now when you hear them?
I say, please stop talking to me. Please stop talking to me. They won't stop.
By the way, the creator of LSD, Albert Hoffman, openly admitted in his book LSD My Problem Child that while high on the drug, a demon possessed him. The truth is, LSD is a huge demonic door opener. I believe the songs he got while high didn't even come from him, but from the demonic realm. But that's a topic that may be addressed in another video. Also, another side note, the entities people claim to see while high on LSD, I believe in most, if not all cases, those are just really demons. But more on that later. Now, the following clip shows the voice the man hears is compelling him to commit evil, as though the voice were not his own. Also note that he suffers from serious anger issues, which I believe can be attributed to the demonic.
Do you hear voices in your head sometimes?
Sometimes, but not like all the time. Mm-hmm. It's not like, it's like sometimes, it's like not every day.
And when you do, what do they say?
Like sometimes they'll say like, murder him. But like not like I'll be by myself. Like murder who? Like there's no one here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're talking about me or or someone in particular.
Mm-hmm. How do you distinguish between a thought you're having and a voice you're hearing? Can you tell the difference?
Yeah, I can tell the difference.
So you actually hear it like you're hearing me now?
No, not as bad. It's not like real clear. It's like kind of like fogged up.
You get angry sometimes?
I get real angry.
What really makes you angry?
I'm like a spitfire. Like I'll snap for no reason. Mm-hmm. But I would never hurt my family. I would never hurt any of my family members. It would be someone else.
In the following case, the perpetrator Tamara had voices that manipulated and lied to her, which led to her killing her grandmother. The lying and manipulation are the chief characteristics of the devil. She also talked about an energy. I believe that energy she referenced is just a demon.
Who does that? Who does that?
Tamara Laws could not believe it when she realized she'd killed her grandma, 70-year-old Doris Novella.
Because she's never done anything for me to want to kill her for.
Laws broke down in tears several times during her nearly 90 minutes on the witness stand Thursday.
Do you remember stabbing your grandmother?
This is too much. This is too much. This is too much.
But eventually she did describe how she choked her grandma.
I used my hands.
Beat her 5 times with a hammer.
I thought the energy was on me, so I was thinking to get it off, I had to beat it out.
Then stabbed her with a knife.
In the throat?
She says she did it, killed the woman who raised her, because she was not in her right mind. She was insane.
In your right mind, would you have done anything to harm her?
No. No.
Did you know at that time what you were doing was wrong?
No. No.
Laws explained she'd become addicted to meth, was escorting and hearing voices.
I would hear voices in my head telling me that people are trying to kill me.
Specifically, her grandma Doris.
I was like, I know Grandma's trying to kill me.
So she says she was on meth. I'm going to assume it was crystal meth, which is a huge demonic door opener. While high on it, many people have claimed to have seen this dark shadow figure. Many people have given similar descriptions of such an entity. Is it a coincidence that they are seeing the same hallucinations? Or maybe they're not hallucinations at all? She said she was also involved in escorting. That's another huge demonic door opener. I believe when you sleep around, the demons from other people can transfer into the other person. Perhaps I will delve much deeper into that in another video. The following case involves an attorney who said voices told her to hit people with their car and to take her own life. To me, this is clearly a demonic issue.
I hit someone at the fresh market.
Why did you do that?
Because I hear voices telling me to kill people. I hit them with my car at the fresh market.
Are you from around here?
Yes, I am.
From where?
From Stewart. I live right over there.
Right over where?
In Stewart.
Right over where?
Palm Beach Road.
Where's the license? In your purse?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need a doctor or anything?
Yes, I need a doctor.
Okay. What do you need a doctor for?
Because I keep hearing voices in my head.
She's saying that she needs a doctor because she hears voices in her head.
Well, that's
So
not a
should
reason
as
to go to the hospital yet.
Okay. Precautionary, no?
Not yet.
Just to see if she needs medical? Yeah. She's on this. You want to just open this?
Oh,
Roll it?
don't you turn your light on?
Yeah, it's on. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
What's going on?
I went to Fresh Market and I just ran people over because I've been hearing voices in my head telling me to kill myself and to kill people.
Okay.
So I did it.
And what did you do at Fresh Market, you're saying?
I ran people over with my car
On purpose.
on purpose.
You know how many people?
I don't know how many people.
I'll probably just people out there. Do you know how fast you were going?
I think maybe like 30 miles an hour.
Okay. And
But I accelerated so as hard as I could.
The following tragic case involves Aiden Fucci, who was then 14 years old when he murdered his schoolmate Tristan Bailey, who was 13 years old. He has apparent signs of demonization. Note that the voices degraded him.
Demons, a word accused murderer Aiden Fauci used in talking about his soul.
Aiden Fucci looks around aimlessly, appearing to be confused during court on Wednesday.
What you got going on? Why am I here? I just want to talk to my mom and dad. What's going on? What's going on?
He rocks back and forth and mumbles about demons.
What you got going on? I don't want to let you demons. I don't want to let you demons take my soul. You demons want to take my soul away. I don't let you demons steal my soul.
The 14-year-old accused of killing 13-year-old Tristan Bailey had anger issues, according to his girlfriend. She claims Aiden Fucci frequently talked about killing people, even killing her. According to this report, she says he would hear voices in his head when he was angry. The voices would tell him he was worthless and a disappointment. And the voices told him to kill people when he was angry. She says Fucci knew something was wrong with him and wanted to reach out for help.
I talked with Dr. Stephen Bloomfield, a forensic psychologist who specializes in cases like these.
Something happened. There was a click of rage or something where he just couldn't control his impulse, or he has a mental illness.
Documents relate to Aiden Fucci and what homicide investigators found in his bedroom, a notebook that contained drawings of a violent nature that depicted a satanic element to them, to include a pentagram.
Aiden was also involved in smoking marijuana, which I believe can also be a demonic door opener. It's also interesting that people have described him as having glassy eyes, which I believe could be a symptom of demonization. Here's another case of a man tormented by voices, but it influenced him to take 2 lives.
The suspect in a movie theater shooting that left 2 teenagers dead reportedly says the voices made him do it. 20-year-old Joseph Jimenez has been charged in the double murder that killed 19-year-old TikTok star Anthony Barajas and 18-year-old college student Riley Goodridge. The 2 were shot in a California movie theater while watching The Forever Purge, investigators say. In a jailhouse interview with the Riverside Press Enterprise newspaper, Jimenez was quoted as saying he shot the pair because, quote, the voices said my friends and family were going to be killed. Jimenez also reportedly said he was diagnosed with schizophrenia 8 months ago, but stopped taking his prescription when the pills ran out. The voices that haunt him are threatening, he told writer Brian Rokos, and were particularly bad the night of the shooting.
In the 1990s, before school shootings really became part of the American public consciousness, Kip Kinkle took the lives of schoolmates and his parents. He claimed that he heard multiple voices that compelled him to do it. In an article, it reads that the voices he heard had a hierarchy, sometimes argued with each other, and even worked together to denigrate and manipulate him. It reads here that everything said was ugly, negative, and violent. The article notes that when he was 15 years old, he blurted out swearing about the voices in his head in class. To me, this is evidence he wasn't exaggerating about hearing voices. At one point, the voices told him that he had no choice but to take his dad's life. The voices then tried to have Kip take his own life. In the following audio clip, where he is interrogated, you can hear how he is racked by guilt, but also tormented and inflicted by the voices.
So your mom got home around 6?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you at?
I was waiting for her. Okay. I just want to die.
I know. So, you told me that your mom gets out of the Explorer and starts up the stairs from the garage or basement, is that right?
Yes.
Did you say anything to her?
Yes. I told her I loved her.
And
God damn, these voices are inside my head!
all right, all right. Yep. Settle down. Settle down. It's all right. It's all right. Just settle down, okay?
In another tragic case of a school shooting, Nicholas Cruz claimed that he heard voices in his head giving him instructions on what to do to conduct the attack, which resulted in 17 lives taken. These voices were described as demons.
What's going on? What's going on today, bro?
The demons, man.
Demons?
Voices.
Yeah, no problem.
Voices.
Voices and demons?
Where's the voices? What the Where the am I? Holy what happened?
Just be quiet, man.
12 hours of the interrogation video released yesterday, and today parents of his victims called for the resignation of Broward School Superintendent Robert Runcie. CBS 4's Carrie Codd caught up with them, and he has more tonight from Fort Lauderdale.
The interrogation video of confessed school shooter Nicholas Cruz lasts hours. On it, Cruz appears well aware of being on camera. He mimes shooting himself, he punches himself, and he talks to himself. He also tells BSO Detective John Curcio about hearing a persistent voice or demon in his head.
And what's the voice telling you?
The following involves a teenager who claimed the voices were laughing as he committed the horrific crime.
James Fairweather was just 15 when he murdered two strangers in completely random attacks. When interviewed by police, he told officers he killed because he was possessed by the devil and heard voices that compelled him to act.
Some of the voices were talking to me. You need to make a sacrifice, or we're going to come and get you. You need to do it. And I saw him. It was laying on the grass. Like that. It was like that. Just fast asleep, swear he was drunk. Then he goes, he's the one. Do it. So I went.
He then gets up to show police what happened, something we've decided not to show.
In the following case, the perpetrator stated he's like a passenger in his own body. I believe because the demons inside of him have such a powerful stronghold in him.
Calling himself a good person who heard voices in his head, accused killer and confessed serial killer Daniel Drayton, seen here being taken into custody last week in North Hollywood, spoke from the Men's Central Jail in downtown Los Angeles with the New York Daily News, an interview in which he admitted to killing New York nurse Samantha Stewart. I really liked her, Drayton told the Daily News. I didn't want to kill her. They told me she had to die. They would be voices in his head that Drayton went into further detail about. I'm a passenger in my own body, he repeated over and over. It's mind control. They use direct energy weapons on me to control my mind. Drayton said he suffered from schizophrenia and bipolar disorder and has admitted to several more murders, but police aren't sure whether they actually happened. Authorities were able to track Drayton from New York to L.A., where Drayton said he hoped his crime spree would come to an end. I wanted to get caught, he said. I took some of her things with me and used them. I kept my same phone. I knew they could track it. I didn't want anyone else to get hurt.
The following case involves a woman. She claimed the voices were screaming at her.
Arrest affidavit in our hands, and what I can tell you is that there is a witness up at Florida State University. It's inferred that she may have been Notchman's roommate, who came to police and said that the day that Notchman disappeared from campus, which was Thursday earlier in the afternoon, that Notchman had been saying that she was hearing voices in her head. They were screaming at her, telling them that she needed to kill her mother and her stepfather, and that she eventually saw a poster in their dorm room hallway that said, "Your dreams are about to come true." Now, according to this witness, it was after seeing that sign that Notchman disappeared from campus and had decided to come down here to Tampa Bay and kill her mother and stepfather.
For the following case, the perpetrator, Alyssa, claimed to hear voices, but it's not clear if the voices commanded him to commit the horrific act. However, his family believed he was demon-possessed.
Also on the stand today, a forensic psychologist who interviewed Alyssa trying to determine his mental state. He said Alyssa told him he had been hearing voices in his head for some time before the shooting.
He said that it was indistinct. They were just screaming or yelling, and he couldn't discern specific words.
A man took his own mother's life because he listened to the evil voices.
There, he says he saw Pickett with dried blood on his pants, shoes, and the front of his shirt. In an interview with special agents from the Wisconsin Department of Justice's Division of Criminal Investigation, Pickett told investigators he was possessed by evil voices he was hearing in his head. He told them, "The evil in my head said I had to kill my mom and Chico in order to go to peace, in order to find rest."
In the following case, the man said he blacked out because of epilepsy and didn't remember taking the random man's life. It's like something took over his mind.
A 23-year-old man is being held without bond after deputies say he fired multiple shots, killing a man he was in a truck with. Deputies say he told them he did it because he heard voices.
I've been arrested for a crime of first-degree murder with a firearm.
Kirkland Leto from Loxahatchee is accused of firing 10 rounds at the victim before shooting out of the window of the truck. According to court documents, this began Tuesday evening when a friend of Leto's and the victim stopped by Leto's home for drinks. Leto allegedly asked his friend to drive him to Belle Glade to buy marijuana. On their way back near the Palm Beach aggregates, deputies say Leto randomly turned around and began firing at the victim. When asked why, deputies say he responded, quote, "The voices, the witches told me to do it." He told deputies it was his first time meeting the victim. He also told them he blacked out due to epilepsy and seizures and did not remember firing the gun.
Police say 32-year-old Nathan Wandra attacked Father Lawrence Johnson in a car on Thursday. He's now charged with second-degree murder. Richard Reeves spoke with Wandra's father today and has new details about the suspect's background. Rich?
Yeah, Brittany, Nathan Wandra's father, Tom, says he first learned about his son's arrest after a call from police. He did not want to do an on-camera interview, but agreed to talk with me about the case and his son's background. Tom Wandra says he is shocked by his son's arrest on second-degree murder charges. "I can't believe it. I can't believe that. He was a really good kid," he told me. These court documents reveal how Father Lawrence Johnson lost his life trying to help his accused killer.
There was a party who was having a mental break and possibly had choked a male.
It happened here along a busy I-94 near Pryor Avenue early Thursday afternoon. Prosecutors say Wandra, 32, had called 911, self-reporting he had strangled Johnson after telling him minutes before to pull over.
On scene, a vehicle occupied by two males was located. One of those males, an elderly male who was driving the vehicle, was unconscious and not breathing.
Wandra told police Johnson was driving him to Regions Hospital to get a mental health evaluation. According to the documents, Wandra heard voices in his head telling him to kill Johnson to save humanity. But Tom Wandra, who says he's lived with his son for 20 years, says he's never seen any previous signs of mental illness and that he was never violent with any family members.
In the preceding case, the man even admitted he felt like there was a demon inside of him. In the following tragic incident, it seems like the enemy lied to the perpetrator, which led him to take the man's life.
Rice admitted to taking his girlfriend's car Saturday morning, drove directly at and into Paul Pfeiffer as he was out getting the mail, killing him. Investigators say once police found Rice in his apartment, he was erratic, incoherent, and mumbling to himself. The complaint says Rice, who's been civilly committed for bipolar schizophrenia 3 times, told officers he hadn't taken his medication for a month. He told officers someone in his head told him to drive at Pfeiffer because Pfeiffer had done something bad to his mother, though investigators say Pfeiffer and Rice had never actually met.
This shocking incident just happened recently. A woman stabbed a random stranger because she claimed the voices threatened her if she didn't take someone's life. Again, doesn't it seem like real evil personalities are behind the voices?
Court officials say Ahern had been released from a psychiatric hospital where she'd been a patient for over a year on the morning of the attack. Investigators allege she went to Macy's, purchased a knife, and then carried out the stabbing after saying she heard voices telling her to kill someone. The victim's boyfriend restrained Ahern until police arrived. He says she stabbed his girlfriend 6 times. During the struggle, the couple's 9-month-old daughter fell to the floor.
Now, this murder case is perhaps one of the most well-known on social media in 2025, and I think in large part because it was an interracial crime. Sadly, a lot of people have politicized this tragedy and capitalized to push a narrative, which shows the evil hearts of many. So the perpetrator, DeCarlos Brown Jr., who brutally attacked the woman Irina Zaruska on a train, ending her life, was said to have been hearing voices before the attack. He said man-made material was controlling his body. I believe that man-made material that he referred to is just evil spirits, but he doesn't discern what they really are. Furthermore, it is even more indicative that he has demons because when asked why he did it, he said they just lashed out on her. Note the plural pronoun, they, as if he has many demons. This is reminiscent of the demon called Legion in the Bible.
Your body did what?
Nah, the material, put it like this, the material used my body to stab the lady.
And so she just got stabbed.
Yeah. You know that's not me. I'm talking about just for no reason. But since they did that, now they got to investigate the material my body is supposed to. Since they want to do all that, now they got to investigate.
It's funny because she's from the Ukraine. She's from Russia, and you know they got a war. They had a war going on against the United States. So I'm just trying to understand, out of all people, why her?
That's it ain't. I don't have nothing. They just lashed out on her. That's what happened. They lashed out on her.
A woman accused of killing a man in Issaquah says someone in her head told her to kill her boyfriend yesterday. This is all according to court documents. The 49-year-old was taken into custody. This is after firefighters were called to reports of smoke at the Rosecrest Apartments yesterday. When they arrived, they found a man's body inside. Court documents say the man had a head injury and it appeared that he was lit on fire. During her police interview, the woman said she was told to kill her boyfriend by someone in her head. She said she was worried her boyfriend was going to kill her.
What's interesting about the preceding incident is that she claimed she heard the voice of God, but it's apparent that the voice was masquerading as God. Additionally, note that she was involved in meditation. I'm going to assume she was involved in some form of New Age meditation, which I believe to be a demonic door opener, but that's for another video to expose. The former NFL player Titus Young is plagued by hearing voices. He said, "Hearing voices is no joke. It's actually very scary. I feel like someone is trying to come kill me." He revealed that the voices led him to break into someone's home while the owner was inside. Thank God no one was hurt. In this news report, the voices essentially threatened the person if he didn't burn down a church, which he eventually did. Isn't it interesting that out of all buildings, the voices told him to burn down a church? In this news report, the man claimed that he heard the voice of his disembodied father to take the life of his mother. The truth is that it was the demons masquerading as his father that compelled him to do the horrible act. Here a man, who is presumably a Muslim, said he heard voices minutes before attacking people while yelling Allahu Akbar. The voices denigrated him, calling him stupid, and told him to do the attack. In this report, a homeless man claimed a voice told him to shove a woman in front of a subway train. Despite yielding to the demand of the voice, it seems he regretted what he did by saying, "I didn't need to do that. It wasn't right." In the 1990s, Marco Cornell took the lives of several people at a school at the age of 14. He said he was hearing in his head to do certain things. Till this very day, he still hears the voices. It reads that the voices even tell him to jump off the stairs. In this tragic case, a man took the life of his own daughter. Why? Because of voices. The voices had him believe the devil was in his daughter. Yet another case of a person claiming to hear voices that led him to take his own son's life. He claimed to have heard the voice of his mother and father. In this tragic case, a teen, who was a popular TikToker, took the life of her own sister. It's not clear that the voices told her to commit the crime, but it is reported that the voices she heard degraded her and told her to take her own life. Here's another case of a person who claims to hear voices telling him to do bad things, which sadly, he chose to comply with. In this bizarre event, a man cut off his own member because of the voices. The voices told him that he needed to do it to save the world. The self-mutilation is reminiscent of the demoniac living in the tombs mentioned in the Bible. Here is a recent news report of a man who claimed voices told him to commit violence. He sadly listened and took the life of his own grandfather. Here, a man claimed to have heard malevolent voices that told him to not only take the life of his wife, but also to commit cannibalism. He claimed that his practice of the occult got sloppy. He even claimed that a dark humanoid entity visits him. As a side note, getting involved in the occult is perhaps one of the easiest ways to open the doors to the enemy. There are countless testimonies of people experiencing dark paranormal activity after getting involved in the occult. I wouldn't touch the occult with a 10-foot pole. In this news report, a woman claimed voices through a TV told her to take the life of her daughter. It's worth noting that she was under the influence of drugs, as I emphasize, can open the doors to the demonic realm. Many people high on cocaine have reported seeing a dark shadow figure, similar to the hallucinations reported by crystal meth users. Seeing a shadow figure is a relatively common manifestation of cocaine-induced psychosis. However, I don't believe those are mere hallucinations, but real entities, as many people report giving a similar description. This can't be a coincidence. In this clip, a mother stabbed her own daughter because she said voices told her to. Thank God the daughter survived. What's fascinating is that the young daughter said that she saw her mother having fangs when she was attacked. It's as if she saw the bloodthirsty demonic spirit inside of her mother.
I don't want to be here.
You don't want to be where anymore?
On there.
Okay. Well, we have to talk. Is that okay?
I don't know why.
Let me finish this real quick and then we'll talk for a second. Is that all right? You're not feeling good today, are you? A lot of things going on? Okay. You want to talk to me about what happened?
I don't know why I did it.
You don't know? Well, tell me what you were thinking.
Something just told me to do it.
Really? What do you mean by that? Help me understand a little bit.
The voices.
Voices? And what were they saying?
They told me to do it.
What were they saying?
They told me to stab her.
How long have you been hearing those voices?
For a while.
How long have they been telling you to hurt her?
For a while.
For a while. Are you doing okay now? Are you still hearing voices?
No.
You're not? Are you having trouble hearing me because you're hearing something else? Or are you hearing me okay? Don't start banging your head, sweet pea. Don't.
I went to grab the knife and then took her in the bathroom and I stabbed her.
When you stabbed her, what did you think was going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Do you think she could get seriously hurt like that?
I I don't know.
You don't know?
Were you trying to hurt her, or what were you trying to do?
I was trying to hurt her.
You were? Did you want her to go away altogether?
Yeah.
Did you want her to go to heaven?
I don't know.
You don't know? What did the voices tell you that or no?
They just told me to stab her, and that's what I did.
Did they tell you to stop stabbing her?
No.
Then why did you stop?
I don't know.
Because you actually stopped and called 911, didn't you? Why did you do that?
Because I knew I did something bad.
Mommy took you in the bathroom? What did she do?
Mommy had a face.
She had a face?
Mommy had a face.
She had a face?
She had fangs.
Oh, she had fangs?
Yes.
What kind of fangs?
A kitty cat face.
Yeah?
A kitty cat fangs?
Look at that.
In this news report, the voices told the perpetrator lies. Note the deceitful nature of the voices. Sadly, she yielded to their desires by ending the life of her daughter.
She would take the life of her own child. Documents say the mother told deputies that she has been hearing voices. The voices tell her that she is a demon, the devil, the Messiah, and sometimes her ancestors speak to her. She told Deputy O'Hara that the voices were telling her that she needed to kill herself and her child so that they could go to heaven. The mother was going to kill herself with a gun, as the voices in her head told her, but she said she couldn't afford a gun. When the investigation started, detectives spoke with family, hoping the child was actually safe in their care. But again, as we know from that painful truth today, the body of the child was found near the home.
In this tragic story, a woman took the lives of her own 2 children. She says she didn't remember hurting them, as if something took over her.
Inouye told police she had an argument with her husband hours before. Tempe police confirm her husband called for help after his wife threatened to stab him. After that call, the husband left the apartment, leaving Inouye with their 2 kids. She told police she went to bed with her kids and woke up to see blood, but told officers she didn't remember hurting them.
Their mother came forward to Tempe police.
An officer was flagged down this morning at our Apache substation by a female that said she was hearing voices telling her to kill her kids.
Investigating the woman's claims, police found 9-year-old Mia Inouye and her 7-year-old brother Kai inside, dead.
Here's another sad case involving a mother hearing voices.
500 block of North Springfield. Prosecutors say Vasquez was naked while holding her 1-year-old daughter. She was making incoherent statements about God. Her sister told police the victim was cold to the touch. When she went to call 911, prosecutors say Vasquez made multiple attempts to knock the phone out of her hand. When help finally arrived, officers found a bathtub filled with water, along with articles of clothing. Chicago Fire attempted life-saving measures on the victim, but she was pronounced dead. The medical examiner ruled she died of asphyxia due to assault. In court, prosecutors read several statements Vasquez made to police and family about hearing voices in her head and confessing to the crime, saying things like, the devil was going to kill and eat the victim, so she should kill the victim and herself. And she told police the voices in her head told her to grab a blanket, and that's the fastest or least painful way for the victim to go to heaven. A public defender pointed out Vasquez has no criminal history and should be released with conditions.
Yet, here's another case of a mother hearing voices which ended in tragedy.
Nina walked into the Lawrence County Jail indicating she sent her 3-year-old son and 1-year-old daughter to heaven. Indiana State Police now lead this investigation, which they say is still ongoing.
Our detectives have pledged to see this investigation through, and they're going to work very closely with the Lawrence County Prosecutor's Office.
Records state Medina used multiple drugs, including Xanax and several lines of cocaine the night before the murders. Investigators say Medina told them she started hearing voices Tuesday afternoon. According to documents, she said the voices told her she and the 3 children would be tortured until the end of their lives if she didn't send them to heaven that very day.
In another sobering news report, a mother took the life of her son, compelled by murderous voices. As we have seen many times, the source of the voices has a bloodlust for the innocent.
The Irving mother accused of killing her own son is in a new jail cell tonight. Jailers in Dallas County took this new picture of her as they booked her into the Lou Sterrett Justice Center. She was moved from the Irving City Jail today, 2 days after police documents show she said demons told her to sacrifice her 8-year-old son, Giovanni de la Peña. Police say she smothered the boy to death with a pillow. Police found his body inside of an RV.
Here is yet another news story of a woman who claimed to have heard voices that compelled her to take the lives of her children.
On the phone, her husband then asked her what voices she heard.
She said she heard a man's voice telling her to kill the kids and kill herself because it was her last chance.
Dr. Paul Zeisel, the forensic psychologist evaluating Clancy, says she may have never told anyone she'd heard voices in the past.
Telling you to do things that are malevolent, and you believe those voices that are telling you you need to follow what they say, that's when things go downhill.
It's unknown if Clancy had heard voices previously.
It's a very common psychotic symptom. Auditory hallucinations are one of the more frequent ones we see.
Dr. Kelly Wallace teaches criminal justice at LaSalle University and is a trained mental health therapist.
They are not nice voices. They're not telling you that you're a good person.
Wallace says the voices someone can hear can be terrifying and reinforce negative thoughts.
If she is hearing these commanding voices and they are telling her, demanding that she kill herself and her children in order to save them, she may very well have succumbed in that moment. And when those voices are commanding you to do things, it is incredibly frightening. And the only way to get them to stop is to do the thing.
I disagree. There's a way to stop the voices without complying with what they want. Let's go to the Bible for answers. The Bible gives us the context for the sinister voices we discussed. Look at King Saul. He was tormented by a spirit only delivered by David's spiritual authority. Look at Jesus' ministry. A massive portion was dedicated to expelling these very demons 2,000 years ago. And Jesus gave that same authority he has over evil spirits to his believers. Those demons are still around today.
Please, Lord, deliver me from this unclean spirit!
In the Bible, one of the most remarkable instances of Jesus expelling demons was out of a man who was living in the tombs. The demons moved him to cut himself with stones. He was filled with so many demons that, although people tried to restrain him with chains, the demons gave him the strength to break the chains. But then the demons recognized Jesus and were terrified of him because he had authority over them. Jesus cast the multitude of demons out of the man, and then they entered into the pigs, causing them to jump off a cliff.
We are legionnaires!
What have we to do with you, Jesus, you Son of God? Have you come here to torment us before the time?
We've seen the blatant workings of evil spirits, but the enemy is usually much more subtle. Think of Judas. He didn't know Satan entered him. The betrayal felt like his own decision, but it was driven by a hidden malicious spirit. Deception is the default strategy. Likewise, the majority of people don't realize they are being manipulated and deceived into believing lies that keep them away from Christ.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you know the Lord Jesus Christ as your Savior?
Jesus isn't the Son of God. He didn't die for our sins.
If the devil and his minions can manipulate people like this on an individual level, who do you think was behind all the irrational evil and atrocities perpetrated on a large scale throughout human history? Jesus said that the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and the Bible reads that he deceives the whole world. The devil's time is short, and his end game is to drag as many people down with them to the lake of fire, where he's sentenced to go. That means the stakes are infinite. If you're not a follower of Jesus, I invite you to receive him today. The choice is stark and absolute. You cannot be neutral. Jesus himself said, if you're not with me, you're against me. Who are you submitting to? The evil one or the Lord Jesus Christ, the deliverer and savior? The Bible reads we all must repent and believe in him, the Son of God, the one who died for our sins and was raised from the dead. Jesus really is the only one who can cleanse us of our sins. I have an extensive background in deliverance ministry. I can attest to Jesus really being the deliverer. I've seen the power of Jesus firsthand. I've prayed for people who were plagued by those evil voices and other afflictions caused by evil spirits, and they were set free, not by my power, but by the power and authority of Jesus. But even if you're not plagued with hearing voices or do not yet know Jesus, I still invite you to receive him today. My name is Jamal, and I appreciate that you gave your time to watch this video. If you want more information on this issue, check out the link to my website down below in the description box. I hope this video was a blessing. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Lord bless you and keep you.